not waste much time. We'll start today's session. I'll show you guys how you guys can install an instance, EC2 instance in your VPC, and how you can do work on them. Okay. So for that, let us create a VPC. So we will go to VPC from here. Thank yesterday we have seen that how we can create VPC, subnet, route table, internet gateway, NAT gateway, and VPC peering. Right? Like we have seen each and every topic separately. And today we will see how we can configure each and everything together. And after that configuration, how you guys can launch, like if you guys want to create a private cloud. So VPC is a service, or VPC provides you the platform to create a private cloud. So how you can create private cloud and how you can work on that. So today we will see how we can work on that. Yesterday we have seen how we can create a private cloud. Okay. So first we'll create each and every service separately, because yesterday I have deleted each and every configuration. So first of all, I'll create each and everything. Like I'll create VPC. Yeah, we'll create each and everything. I have deleted each and every configuration yesterday. So we'll create VPC, subnet, route table, each and everything today. No need to worry for that. We'll create each and everything. I'll show you how you guys have to configure each and everything. Okay. Okay. So how we can create this change? Okay. So first of all, we'll create a VPC. So I hope you guys should remember how we can create our VPC. What you have to do is you have to go onto my services. Then from there, you can see we have VPC here, or else you can search for VPC. Here in the VPC dashboard, you guys can see how much VPCs are there in your region, how much subnets are there, routing tables are there, internet gateway. So you can see each and everything. So we have to create a VPC. So on the left hand side, I'll go on to your VPC. Then here you guys can see we have this default VPC, but we want to create our own VPC, our own private cloud. So we'll create our own VPC. Here on the top, you guys can see create VPC. I'll enter into it. So they are asking me to give a name tag. So I'll give a name tag. Name tag, let's say my VPC. Okay. Okay, my VPC. Then they are asking me for IPv4 CIDR block. So I'll give this one, 192.168.0.0/16, because if you guys if you guys will go on to the documentation section, which I have which I have shown you during when we have started the trainings and all. So when you'll go on to that documentation for VPC, so there you guys will find that what is the slash notation that you have to give for CIDR blocks. Like for 10.0.0, you have to give /8. For 172.16, you have to give /12, and for 192, you have to give /16. So we have given according to the according to that. Now they are asking me to select if I want to give IPv6. So I don't want to give IPv6. So we'll leave this, and then we will create it. So our VPC is now created. But only VPC is created. You guys can see we have only created VPC right now. We have not created any subnets. We have not created any route table. So we'll create each and everything. So what we have to do now, we have to create subnet. So we'll go on to subnet. Now here you guys can see all these subnets are the default subnets, the subnets of default VPC, IPv4 CIDR block. You can see IPv4 CIDR block. This is the CIDR block of default VPC. So we don't have any subnet right now. So what we will do, we'll create a subnet. So because we are creating a VPC for our purpose, so we will create two subnets. One subnet for public, for public usage, and one subnet for private usage. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Ah. So we'll create one public subnet and we'll create one private subnet. So we'll give a name for of public subnet, public slash subnet. Okay. And then we have to select a VPC. So I will select my VPC because I'm creating this subnet for my VPC. Then they are asking me to select availability zone. So if you guys want to select availability zone, so you can select it. Then they are asking me to give IPv4 CIDR block. So I have to give IPv4 CIDR block from this range. So I'll give 192.168.10.0/24. So this is my IPv4 CIDR block for public subnet. I'll create it. Now I have to create one private subnet also. So what I'll do, I'll similarly create a private subnet. I'll give the name private subnet, and then I'll select my VPC, and then I can select availability zone, and then I have to give IPv4 CIDR block. So I'll give 50.0. So 10 to 50 for public, then after 50 onwards for private. /24. Okay. Then click on create. You guys can create multiple public subnets also. Like if you guys want to create two or three public subnets, so you guys can create multiple public subnets also. Okay, someone write something. Okay, Lokendra asked something. Why is the notation is Lokendra? You should remember. I've shown you guys that documentation website on AWS. So this is the default. What we can say is this is the default slash notation of AWS. They have told us that we have to give this slash notations only. So we cannot give the slash notations as per our requirement. Yeah, you can give slash notations for subnet as per your requirement, but during the creation of VPC, you have to give slash notation as per their requirement only. Like for 192 range, you have to give slash notation of 16. For 172 range, you have to give slash notation of 12, and for 10 dot range, you have to give slash notation of 8. You can change the slash notation of public subnet as per your requirement when you do super netting and all. So you can change at that time. But because we are not doing super netting and all, we are just creating two subnets. So that's why I have selected /24. Tank, whenever you create VPC, right? So for VPC, it is mandatory to give /16. But whenever you create subnets, so in that case, you can change slash notation as per your requirement. Like for VPC, like for CIDR block of the whole VPC, /16 is mandatory. But in case of subnet, you can change the slash notation as per your requirement. Like if you are creating multiple subnets, so you can give as per your requirements and as per your calculation. Yeah, it's 32-bit notation. Okay, so should we continue? Any doubts? Okay. So because we are creating only two subnets, one for public access and one for private access. Public access, the in public subnet will contain the instances for public access. Let's say for web browser, web server and all, or web applications and all. And the private subnet will contain the instances which is for the private subnet, which we don't want to give the public access. Let's say for database. So these kind of things are there. Like if you cannot give the public access to any database, right? So you what you do is you configure database in your private instance. So we'll go on these things when I'll show you how you guys can launch instances in this subnet. Okay. So we have what we have done is we have created one public subnet and we have created one private subnet. Now I have to create routing table, because without routing tables I cannot uh, what I can say is I cannot go on to any of the locations. Like I cannot do ping to any of the locations without routes. So for that we have to create routing table. So what I have to do is I have to go on to route table. Here on the top you guys can see we have this option, create route table. Just simply click on that, give the name tag, like this is for my public. So public route. Okay, someone asked something. Yeah, definitely. Because private subnet are those subnets in which you cannot access, like you cannot access private subnet from outside with the help of internet directly. So you have, if you want to go on to private subnet instances on private subnet, you have to go through public like instances in public subnet. Okay, so private subnet is not accessible from outside world directly through internet. Like we'll see, like I'll show you how you guys can connect to instances in private subnet. You guys cannot connect to instances directly which are there in private subnet. So I will see each and everything today. Mm, okay, so we were creating route tables. So this route table is for my public subnet. So I've given the name public route. Then I will select my VPC and then I will create it. Then I have to create one more route table for my private subnet. So what name I'll give? I'll give private subnet and then I'll select my VPC. Then I will create it. Now the major portion of our VPC is done. Like we have created VPC, we have created subnet, and we have created route tables. So first, what we will do? We will launch an instance in this VPC, and then we'll see what we can what are the things that we can do with this configuration. Then for internet connectivity, I'll show you how you guys can do that configuration. Okay, so uh, now what we have to do is we have to create an EC2 instance in this subnet or in this VPC. So what we will do, we will go on to EC2. Here in EC2, what I'll do is I'll launch an instance. So I will launch a Reddit instance or any of Linux instance. So I'll launch a Reddit instance. Then I'll now what you guys have to do is you have to go on to this instance detail configuration, because you have to change the network configurations there. Okay. Okay, someone wrote something. What we have to write on route table, which thing you are asking? For instances, you asking for the instances like did we route for the instances in route table? Yeah, so because we have not configured the services for internet right now, we have just configured the basic services right now, and we what we are doing is we are launching an instance, and now I'll show you what you guys can do with all these basic configuration. Then after that, I will show you how you guys can give the internet access to your instance. Okay. Okay, so what I was telling you, so we have selected the instance, then we have selected this our hardware, then like do not forget and go directly with this review and launch. You have to go with each and every steps from like for this purpose. So we'll go next, and now here in the network section, you guys can see we have here we have network section. So here you have to select my VPC. Now you guys can see here we have got two VPCs because the first one is default and the second one is my created one. So I'll select my VPC. Then in my VPC, you guys can select on subnet. So here in subnet, you guys can see we have got two subnets because we have created two subnets. So this instance is for my public subnet. So I'll select public subnet. Then here in the third line, you guys can see auto assign IP address. So during the EC2 instance, during the creation of a normal EC2 instance in the default VPC, you do not do anything here. But whenever you create or whenever you launch instance in your VPC, you have to click enable here, because when you see use subnet setting, so default subnet settings are disabled. So you have to enable it because we are creating instance in our public subnet and we want to access this instance. So what we have to do is we have to enable the auto assign public IP. Then we will go on to next. Then here we'll leave the default storage. Then we'll go next. Then I will add a name tag because then in future I'll get confused with my public instance and private instance. So that's why I'll give a name public INS. INS means instance, public instance. Then I'll go next. Now here in the security groups, like I have already, okay, I didn't have any group right now. So what I will do is I'll create a group, new security group. So what are the rules that I want for the like current situation? So I have this SSH for the connectivity. If you guys want to add any other rule like HTTP for web accesses, and I'm giving all traffic. So you guys can see here here we are giving all traffic. That means it will automatically detect all the traffics. Then we'll select the IP, like source is 0.0 from anywhere. Then what I'll do is I'll change the name of security group. Okay. Now I'll review it and launch it. So now I have launched my instance. Okay, so let's wait till our instance gets ready and running. Then I'll show you how you guys can connect to this instance, which you have created in your VPC. Till then, okay, till it gets into running state, I'll show you at the bottom here. You guys have, like you guys can see, we have got public IP of the IP range which we have mentioned because this is the instance in public subnet, and we have mentioned 192.168.10.0. So we have got the IP address of that range. You guys can see we have got the IP address of that range, and this is the private DNS. Now here you guys can see VPC ID. So this is my VPC. This instance is connected to my VPC. The subnet is mine, my created subnet, and key pair, and the other things are same. But here, because this instance is created in my VPC, so I've got and like I've told you to enable the auto assign public IP. So that's why we have got this public IP here. Okay. Okay, so now it's in running state. Now I'll show you guys how you guys can connect to this instance. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to copy this IP, and here in the host name you have to paste the public IP. In data, we'll write ec2-user, and in SSH auth, I'll browse. Okay, let's wait. Okay. Okay, I forgot to do subnet association, so it will not get connected. Okay. So we have done one mistake. One mistake, like I have done one mistake. I have realized it. So no. So what we have done is we have created the VPC, like we have created each and everything like in correct manner, but we like I forgot to do subnet association, because without subnet association, how are the instance will get the routes. So what I'll do is I'll go on to route table. Here at the bottom I have this subnet association. Here I have to edit the subnet association, and because this route table is public route, so I'll select my public subnet. Then what I will do is I will save it, and in the private subnet I'll add a private subnet. Sorry, in private route table I'll add a private subnet. Okay, so now my subnets are associated. So now I'll try to connect. Okay, so let's see, it is not allowing me to connect to the instance, so I'll see in the security groups. Let's try again. I think there's some issue. someone know something? Okay, thanks. I got confusion. Okay, like which kind of confusion you have got, time? Okay, I also think that there is some issue in security group. I'll see what is. Yeah, thanks. We have already given 0.0 for SSH. Like this is which association part? Okay, subnet association. Okay. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Okay, so because like when we create a VPC, na, now, okay, thank. I've got your doubt. So when we create VPC and subnet and route tables, so what happens now? We have to associate our subnet to route tables. Then only our public subnet, sorry, instances in public subnet will get the routes from the public route table. So we have to associate that. So that's why I have associated, like for public route, I have associated this public subnet, and for the private route, I have associated this private subnet. And okay, what we will do, we will configure internet gateway also. So internet gateway is for the internet connectivity. So what I'll do is I'll configure internet gateway also. So then with the help of internet gateway, our instance will get the access of internet also on the instance. Then we'll try to connect to our instance. Might be I think that's why I am not able to connect to the instance, because we have not configured internet gateway yet. So first, what we'll do, we'll configure internet gateway. Okay, so Tank, is your association part clear right now, or should I explain it to you again? Because okay. So what happened now? Because we have not created internet gateway, so that's why I think our instance, we are not able to connect to our instance. So what we'll do is we'll create our internet gateway. So internet gateway will help us to uh, get the internet connection in public instance. So I'll give my VPC IG and create it. Then okay, so now my internet gateway is created. This one, my public IP. Now I have to associate this or attach this internet gateway to my VPC. So I will attach this and okay. So how you guys can attach? You guys just need to select on internet gateway, then go on to action, and here you guys can see attach to VPC. So here you guys can see I have my VPC and I'll attach it. Okay, so now our internet gateway is attached. But whatever new configurations that we do in our VPC, we have to give the routes of each and every configuration in the route table, right? Because because if our route table will not have the routes of anything, so how our instance will like get the access of any of the service? So we have to give the routes. So what we will do, we will go to route table and we will go to public route, because we have created or we have configured internet gateway for the instances in public subnet, and for the public like instances in public subnet, we have to give routes in public route table. So we are on the public route table. Here in the edit routes, what we will do, we will edit the route, and I will add a route for internet gateway. So that means 0.0.0.0. That means from anywhere I have selected this internet gateway. So here in the target, how you can select internet gateway? What you need to do is you need to click on target. Here at the third line, you guys can see internet gateway. Click on this. So you guys will be able to see your created internet gateway. Then what I will do is I'll save it. So now my internet gateway is attached to my instance, sorry, public route. So now we'll try to connect to our instance. Okay, so this is instance. This is my instance. I will copy it. Go to putty. Okay, so you guys can see now they are connecting us to the instance. So like I forgot to configure internet gateway first. Like I forgot that without internet gateway we cannot connect to our instance. So okay, so now I'll clear each and everything again. Like I'll show you each and everything again from this part, so you guys will not get confused. So first, what we have done, we have created our VPC. Okay, and because now we have created the VPC, we have to create subnets also. So then what we have done is we have created two subnets. One is private and one is public. So private subnet is for the private instances, private like instances, and public subnet is for the public instances. Then we have created route table. So because without route table, we cannot give routes to our instances. So that's why we have created route table. Now we have because we have created two subnets. One is private and one is public. So for these two subnets, for private and public, we have to create public route table as well as private route table. So we have created two route tables. Okay, then we have just created the route tables, but we have not yet mentioned like which route table is for which subnet, because AWS will not see for the name like this subnet and this route table have same name, public public, so these are for the same purpose. So what we have to do, we have to associate our subnet, like our public subnet, with our public route table. So how we can do that? You guys have to go to route table. You guys have to select the route table, public route table, and then at the bottom you guys can see we have got multiple options: summary, routes, and subnet association. So in the subnet association, I'll go in the subnet association. You guys can see we have got here edit subnet association. So I'll go in this, and then you guys can see we have got it here. We have got two subnets. One is public and one is private. So I'll select my public subnet and I'll create it or like allow it. So then my public subnet is associated with my public route table. I'll do the same thing for my private route table also. So I'll go to private route. I'll change the name private. So I'll go on to private route. So what I'll do for the private route table, I'll go on to private route. Then I'll go into subnet association. Here in the subnet association, what we will do, we will edit the subnet association. I'll select the private subnet and then I'll click OK. So this way you guys will associate your public subnet with your public route table and private subnet with your private route table. Now, what we can say that 80% of our work is done, but we are launching instance in AWS. So when we have to whenever we try to connect to our instance, we'll try it through internet. So we have to give the internet access to our instances in public subnet. So that's why we will create internet gateway. So yesterday, I think you guys should remember. Yesterday, I have told you that we create internet gateway for or to give the internet connection to the instances in public subnet. So we will create one internet gateway, and then as soon as it got created, we will select the internet gateway, and in the action, you guys can see here because we have already attached it. So this option is disabled. So here in the internet gate action, you guys can attach to the VPC. As soon as you click on attach to VPC, you guys will be able to see your VPC. Just select it and click OK. Now our internet gateway is attached to my created VPC. But till now we have not mentioned any route for the internet gateway. So what we have to do, we have to give the routes of internet gateway in the public subnet. So what we will do, we will go to route table, and because we have created internet gateway for public subnet, so we'll go to public route, And here at the bottom, you guys can see summary and route. So you guys will go to route and then click on edit routes. So here you like I have already edited it. So how you guys will edit it? You guys will add a route, and here you guys will give 0.0. That means from anywhere in the world, like 0.0.0.0/0. That means from anywhere in the world. You guys will type this, and in the target, go on to internet gateway. And here in the internet gateway, you guys then you guys will be able to see your created internet gateway. Just select it and save it. So now you what you have done is you have mentioned the route of internet gateway in your route tables. Okay, so now like almost all like not all, like almost like almost the work is done. So now what you have to do? You have to go to instances and launch an instance in your like your VPC. So how you guys will launch an instance in your VPC? Select the instance, then select the hardware, and then go on to next. And here in the network section, just select your VPC, your subnet, and then like if you are creating your instance in public subnet, so enable this auto assign IP. And if you are creating your instance in private subnet, so disable it. Okay, because I have already created an instance in public subnet, so I'll create in a private subnet. And because this instance is for the private subnet, so I'll disable this auto assign public IP. But for the public subnet, you have to enable it. Okay, so because I am creating for private, I will disable it. Then you have to go next to add storage, leave the default storage, and then go to next. Then make sure that you give the name tag, because then if you will not give the name tag, then you'll get confused later on. So I'll give private INS private instance. Then I will select the security group, my this one. Then I will review it and launch it. Now the instance in your created VPC is launched, and then you guys can connect to it simply through Putty or through any of the third-party tool like Putty, Mobile Storm. So you guys can connect to it through like as per your wish. So I have connected my instance through Putty. So you guys can see. Okay, so now you guys can see this is my public instance. Like how I can recognize that this is my public instance. So what I'll do is I'll select my public instance, and then I can see the private IP address, right? 192.168.10.19. And here in this instance, I can see my private IP. And if not, then you have to enter command ifconfig, and then here in the ifconfig, in this network interface ETH0, you guys can see INET. So this is your private IP address. So this way you can verify that this is your public or private. Like you guys cannot connect to private directly. So this is automatically a public. So are you guys clear till now? Are you guys have any doubt in like any of these things? If you are guys clear till now, so then we'll move on further. Yeah, definitely. Look in like the steps that you have mentioned is perfectly correct. Yeah, the order of steps are correct. Like Lokendra has mentioned the order of steps in the chat box. You guys can refer it also. So the order of steps is correct now. Yeah, we'll go on to NAT gateway, but before that, let me know, are you guys clear till now? Like any doubts till now? Because this is a bit tricky, like tricky, not tricky, bit confusing topic. So that's why I'm asking each and every time. Like, are you guys clear? Okay. So okay, now we have connect. Yeah, definitely you have to build this at your in your account also. Like after today's session, try to configure all of this configuration as soon as you guys can. Like because if you guys will delay in doing the configuration, then you guys will forget some of the things, or you guys will miss any of the steps in between. So try to do it as soon as possible. Okay, no worries. So now we are connected to our EC2 instance in public subnet. Now what I'll do is I will see who am I. Then I'll go to root user sudo su, and I will verify whether my internet is working in public subnet or not. So how will I verify it? So I'll ping directly to google.com. So you guys can see. Okay, I'll do, I'll maximize it. So you guys can see I have pinged google.com and my internet is working. I'll show you. So you guys can see we are able to connect to yahoomail.com. We have also tried to connect to google.com. Now I'll show you. You guys can also install the packages here also. Like first of all, I'll update it. It's getting updated. We have updated the limits. Like okay, so it's installing. Okay. Okay, so let them do their work. Till then, I'll show you how you guys can connect to private instances. So first of all, I'll explain you guys a scenario of that. They'll update their AWS Linux. We cannot wait for much time to for it to get updated. Then we'll work. So till then, we'll do one more thing. Okay, so now I'll show you guys how you guys can connect to private instance. Okay, so this is my VPC, right? And